combat system in this game is utterly fantastic. So much variation.
Oh, good. More features.
Throwing the axe feels amazing. Calling it feels amazing. The sheer combos you can do back to back with the counters, the stun locks, these specific kill animations. Just, I mean, this is top tier. This right here is the in-game challenge course that you can do, and it just adds so much value to the game that's over
Wouldn't it be
long
nice to
before
find
you
some
get to
incense
this
just
point.
once?
Sheer brutality of this combat. Oh, it's so good, but I just cannot get enough of it. I finished this game 3 times, long before I ever got to play it on PS5. I'm still astounded at how brutal and visceral the combat feels. Each realm is so unique and beautiful in its own right. I mean, just look at this atmosphere in this world I just walked into. Immediately tell the difference between that and another realm. And the lore strewn about everywhere in this game is wonderful.
Another
Just
one.
watch this.
This one's called Surtur. Must be a fire giant.
Aye, the first and original.
He makes a flaming sword.
A weapon of legend.
He fights Thor and Odin. But is that the past or the future?
That may be a matter of perspective.
Do you want something, or you just gonna stand there all gag-scrapped and slack-jawed? Sure, I'm open. Pulled the ring off Anvari's hand at the Velander mines. Feller was always tampering with souls and dark rituals and matters of the night, see? Just the sound of his hammer flattening metal were enough to stoke my fires all blissful. Shit, you better clear out before I get all frisky.
I love the inclusion of the shops with these dwarves. Their banter, their dialogue, it's amazing. The loot and gear system's really good once you get the hang of it. It's a little confusing at first, but essentially you're upgrading your gear, finding new, higher pieces, like any other RPG. Even the fast travel system's beautiful. It's amazing to see this world tree that connects everything. Unfortunately, once you realize it's essentially just a loading screen that looks beautiful, it kind of loses its luster, as I just stand here and wait for that to spawn in.
Well, looky who decided to show. Talk to this here ring.
What? I can't hear thoughts from rings, bro. It's talking to me! It's Anvari!
Ha! Knew it.
He says he went to the Velander mines to observe his mistake, but then the Soul Eater attacked, so as he was being ripped apart, he cast a spell that removed his soul and put in this ring. And then he...
What about all his stuff?
Huh?
Anvari had a workshop here with all sorts of posh doodads and ornatery tools. and one beaut of a hammer. You make mention of it still in there?
You're upsetting him.
Your point? You fellas take Anvari with you and go have a look-see. If you find his hammer, I'll whip up something real nice for you. Hey now, don't go forgetting your entry stone.
This is just one of the few side missions in the game. As you can see, the cutscene is wonderful. The continuous camera angle really helps keep the cinematic nature of the story.
And Vari isn't happy about us taking his stuff.
I do not care.
I'm not gonna tell him that.
The inclusion of having your son with you was a wonderful choice by Cory Barlog. Having Atreus with you from the very beginning, teaching him, giving him life lessons and guidance, showing him the ways of a warrior, becoming a perfect sidekick, where he helps you in combat, does you range, stuns your enemies, even holds on to them so you can get that finishing blow. In conclusion, like I said, this is one of the games that you need to play. If you like single-player games at all, if you love a good combat system at all, this is the game you need to pick up. If you haven't gotten it by now, you need to go buy a PS5. It's a perfect reason to. Get it for free in this PlayStation collection. I didn't show many cutscenes from the main story, or any actually, because I don't want to spoil any of the actual story. I did spoil a little bit, like Blade's Chaos, chapter you fight this thing here. But this is just to showcase how good the in-game content is in here. It's just a wonderful game, and like I said, I can't gush about it enough. This is a must-buy, 100%.
Go, you wee little bugger. Well, the dragon hasn't done much for his personality.